Namaskar friends. The income tax return filing. Every year we have to file income tax return on or before July 31st for the previous year account. That is the assessment year 2025-26 related return has to be filed before July 31st. So the assessment year 2025-26 is nothing but financial year of 2024-25, the period starting from 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025. Now the last date of July 31st has been extended to September 15th. The reason is government has revamped the entire the e-filing portal and the menu, etc. And they are going to capture all the transactions that we do, which is linked to our PAN number. So what one needs to do is, now the date is extended and they have not opened the site portal for filing return for the current year. However, once it is ready, probably by June, mid of June they will open, and the time given is up to now September 15, 2025. Everyone needs to check their annual information system. So if you open your e-file portal using your PAN number and password, etc., the menu, I think it is a fifth menu. In the top bar it will show us AIS, Annual Information System. Once you click that, a new page will open. There you can see again one PAS and AAS, Personal Information System, and Annual Information. Annual Information System is nothing but all your last year transactions will get reflected. All your salary, any income that you got, any interest you got from bank, any major transaction you have done, any purchase of immovable properties or something, foreign visit, shares buying and selling, FD, fixed deposits opening and closing, all those things, any interest, all those things will be reflected in the AAS. Go through thoroughly and check your accounts. If there is any discrepancy, you keep the record ready. In the new system, we have to see whether, in case of any difference, whether there is going to be a comment section where we can give this is wrong or something like that. Earlier filing return, we have to go to grievance part and say what is the problem. Normally, if they raise a query, if they raise issue some notice or something, they give a provision for us to reply. But when we file, when we find some difference in the data available in the AAS, because if there is a difference and you give your own data, so there is no matching, let us say, the portal will say it is not matching, something like that. Still, we can go ahead. It allowed last year and all. Same thing may happen, but they will, IT department is likely to issue notice to us, calling for details of difference and reason for difference and all. So the better thing is you check everything thoroughly and satisfy yourself that things are all right. Then you indicate everything in your income and profit or whatever, loss or whatever it is, and then file. My experience in the last 2-3 years is, 2 years ago, one of the retired undersecretary, he sought my help. The reason was, he was doing some consultancy work, that post-retirement work he was doing in one department, and 6 months payment they paid in single check in 1 month, sometime in October. But however, it so happened that department has reported in the portal as if there were 2 payments. So it showed double payment. But when we filed, he said, I received only 1 payment, it is showing 2. Then it was okay, we took only one payment. Other things it was asking, there is a difference. We overruled and filed, but put it in the remark in the grievance column also that there is a double entry. Actually, I received only one payment. Something like that. We gave one. We raised a ticket and kept it open. Parallelly, he wrote to that department that you have paid me one payment, but you have shown in the income tax department as if there were two payments. So doubled. Some little less than 3 lakhs he got as 6 months consultancy fees, but it is shown as double, nearly 6 lakhs. So once we filed indicating only our own thing, and we also wrote to the department to rectify that error, within 1 or 2 months they have done. So there was no issue, the assessment was through, there was no issue. But another case, he is again government officer only, he is working. His wife, some 5-6 years ago, sold one of the properties for some 40 lakhs rupees. The immovable property transaction above 30 lakhs will be reported. But if we transact any immovable property, either buying or selling, whatever be the money, nowadays we should inform, we should report that in the income tax return for future safety. Don't think it is less than 30 lakhs, so we need not report. It will lead to more problem later on. So we should then better report such cases also very clearly. But now the case is, she has sold one property, one land for 40 lakhs, and she was not an assessee because she is a homemaker. Though PAN number was there, she was not having any monthly income. So she did not file due to ignorance, because this transaction has to be reflected in the income tax return. Incidentally, that money was used for buying another capital asset, that is a flat or something. So the entire money, almost entire money was used for buying a new flat or something. So there was no due from her side as a capital gain or whatever it is. But unfortunately, since the person did not file return, and this sub-register office has wrongly reported 3 transactions against that one. Same date, same transaction, same document number, but 3 times it is updated. So each time 40 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 40 lakhs. So totaling to 1.2 crore. So they have issued a notice to that particular person. Since the person was not an assessee and she was not in the place where she was when she obtained PAN number, so she didn't get any information. In the current place, she didn't get any notice. So the matter went some 2-3 years, and somehow through phone number or something they called, and then they updated the new address or whatever it is, and then in the new address also she got the notice after 3 or 4 years. So by the time they have removed it from online to physical transaction, that is offline, face to face, assessing officers work. So they have again issued notice, and they went and told, okay, I was not an assessee, we have reinvested the money. All those things she gave in writing, and gave some reply through some auditor cell. But they accepted reinvestment part for the actual transaction of 40 lakhs. There are another 2 entries wrongly made by this sub-registrar. This wrong reporting gives us trouble. That is why I am explaining all these things. So the IT department takes the transactions were totaling to 1.2 crore, and this reply was only for 40 lakhs. So remaining 80 lakhs, they try to say that it is evasion of tax, which is absolutely wrong, because the actual transaction was only one for 40 lakhs rupees. Due to the wrong update of sub-register office, it shows as 1.2 crore, 3 different transactions of 40 lakhs. And of course that extra 2 entries, wrong entry, is shown as O in the remark. O is nothing but overbooked. And one transaction is shown as F, which is final. So that should be sufficient is my view, but IT department did not allow. The correction, they have to remove that by correction entry. Who? The sub-registrar. So the notice was issued to the assessee. So she gave a reply and wrote to sub-registrar asking them to update the record correctly. Their reporting was wrong, so they should give correct report to the income tax department. So of course the sub-registrar has given a reply to the assessee and the IT department stating that it was only one transaction of 40 lakhs. The entry was wrong, and they attached income run certificate, etc., and whatever proof that is required. But they did not update till that time. This ITO did not agree to that. They said, okay, it is all okay, you ask them to update in the online system, till then I cannot accept. So this assessee was telling that what we can do if somebody makes wrong thing, we have given our proof. No, but you will have to handle them, you have done. It is absolutely wrong on the part of ITO to say that somebody gives wrong report and the assessee has to, in spite of giving the proof of actual transaction, the assessing officer was on the wrong side to say that the assessee should ensure the entry made by third party is right. Why should be a question to the assessee when the error is by some third party? So legally I feel it is wrong. But still this guy ITO has made assessment that actual transaction 40 lakhs, their reply was accepted and closed. The remaining 80 lakhs, they said that it is evasion of tax. So they calculate penalty, etc., and slapped a fine and tax with penal interest, etc., totally to 65 lakhs. The actual sale was 40 lakhs, which was reinvested, resulting in no tax due. But these IT fellows, even computer will not do that mistake. The IT fellows should apply their mind. That is a reply given from a sub-registrar office. Only thing is they have not again made correction, which is wrong on the part of sub-registrar. But a mistake of sub-registrar, why an assessee should be troubled? This is the issue. Now the assessment we objected, we filed an appeal to the commissioner, where it is pending now. And IT rule says when we go for appeal, 20% tax due should be paid. We refused, there was no due. The entire demand is based on a wrong, non-yes transaction. So we don't pay anything. I have no money, I cannot pay, as there was no due also. Something like that we have given reply and it is pending. Now what I am trying to say is, there was one error on the part of assessee, since she was not an assessee, that she was not filing income tax because she was not having income regularly. It was only one-off transaction which needed to be informed to the IT department through the return. Okay, that she anyway regretted and gave a reply, that was accepted. Now the other part is still pending with 65 lakhs due. What an absurdity. Now my point is, we need to check annual information system before filing, because this recent change, the recent revamp in the portal is to capture all the transaction properly and to ensure no transaction is missed out. Now we have to match with that whatever they are get reported in the site as reflected in our form 26AS. We should verify thoroughly and then file the thing. In case of such error, some third party giving wrong information, we have to counter that saying that it is wrong, I should not be penalized on that count. Then we have to file. Of course, we can put it in the grievance part also. I only hope, since they are now pinpointing every transaction, when there is a variation, they should give one space for comment. So we can give reason in that. Revamped portal, we'll have to check, they have not released so far. Once it is released, I will verify and make one more video and upload. My view is legally the ITO is wrong to slap a penalty when there was a reply from even sub-registrar stating in writing formally that it was only one transaction. And the worst part of it, even the reporting in the 26 AS, so same document number, same date, 3 transactions. How can that it be? Such a foolish fellows they don't apply their mind. They say, no, this 26 AS has to be corrected, otherwise we will assess based on that report only, which anyway is wrong. This is how government functionaries sometimes behave. Of course, if this assessee goes to court, the court will slap them with all kinds of questions to the income tax department. But the trouble we face due to wrong assessment order, penalty, and the demand for 65 lakhs, when the total sale transaction itself is only for 40 lakhs, which was reinvested totally. So these things we can avoid if we check AS thoroughly and check our own transaction, and don't miss out any transaction, it will lead to problem. So give correctly, and if there is real, now I gave you 2 examples. One is this consultancy fee, one-time payment was shown as 2. So that was rectified by the department once we wrote. So before the system assessment, things have got sorted out. So there was no query, it was closed. But here it was pending for 3-4 years and still it is not updated by sub-registrar office. So it has led to slapping of penalty and interest, so much thing. And now that assessee has gone on appeal to commissioner, which is pending there. She is also trying to write to the sub-registrar office that, look, you update your data in the income tax portal because I am troubled unnecessarily. It is the duty of sub-registrar to correct the data, not the duty of assessee. Because assessee's part, she has given all the proof. But that is a problem, we will have to be very careful. Now the date has been extended till September 15, so please check thoroughly your AS portal reporting, and if there is no variation, give completely. If there is any variation which you can disprove, that you can say this is a wrong entry, yes, you write that and remove that for your filing, and raise a ticket in the grievance portal also. In case they bring out in the new revamp portal against every transaction, if they give comment kind of a thing, then we can write that. But so far, the last year whatever was there, such a system was not there. But system will say, portal will say, there is a mismatch. Do you want to go ahead? We'll have to say overrule that and file it. But so those cases, they have the right to issue notice. So for that we'll have to raise a grievance to say the issues, all those things. So please go through annual information system available in your income tax filing portal and then file your return. Other format etc. any changes, once they release it, I will issue video on that. Namaskar.